Best kidney treatment? What is your GFR levels are low, or what's going on? Just so I can get an idea. Just making some coffee, guys. Do you test your blood pressure? Do you test? I test my blood pressure a couple times a day just to make sure. I have a wearable watch that I actually test out. I wear it morning, lunch, and dinner, and that's how I check my blood pressure, and it's always between 115, 117 over 60s, 80s, low 80s, like in 75, 77, sometimes 82. It depends. I sent DM yesterday. Looks like TikTok is limited your messages. Yeah, for some reason I got shadow banned or something is happening, because I've received numerous messages yesterday from a lot of members that aren't able to send me a direct message anymore for some reason. So if you guys don't mind, if you click on the link within my profile bio and connect to my community. Now in my community there's two different sections. There's one for free and then one is paid. By all means sign up to it and send me the message there. In addition, Jason, yeah, I did receive your email. I did receive almost about 15 emails yesterday. I haven't had a chance to actually respond to everyone, but it seems like something is going on that you guys aren't able to send me direct messages just because I'm giving out a lot of free, valuable information. So that's why I'm kind of getting everyone to actually sign up to my community. And it would be a lot better that way, because I can give you as much details and it's not limited and nobody's going to stop us. So definitely, if you guys can actually send me the message there, I think would be greatly appreciated, because I tend to respond there a little bit quicker than usual. Just because I have about 350 members, give or take. And I actually get like questions from them almost on a daily basis. So I have to kind of, they're still my first priority. So if you guys can actually connect with me there, would be great. What's your view on resistant training on carnivore diet and how many days a week? I do it 4 times a week, and I've been on carnivore for more than 8 years. 4 times a week, but it depends. Some people, they actually do really well on a carnivore diet without, let's say, the added carbohydrates. Some don't. So what I do is I still do a carb load once a week. So tonight is my carb load. Once a week, which is always Friday night. So what I do is my first meal would be meat and eggs, and that's what I had today. 1 pound of meat, 4 eggs. I had blue cheese, roughly about 3 ounces. Now my last meal of the day after I train, I don't know if I can train because I did hurt my elbow really bad, but it'll probably consist of white rice, which is the least anti-nutrient effect. And that's how I can actually reload my glycogen storage. And keep in mind, the white rice that I will end up making today will be anywhere between 2.5 grams to 7 grams per 1 pound of body weight. So I go as high as 1200 calories just from that one big meal of carbohydrates. And I only do that once a week just so I can refuel the glycogen storage. But definitely you can do that. Some of you guys don't need to do that, but some of us have to. I don't eat that much fruits because we don't get that much fruits here in Canada. It's per season, and there's nothing in this season till almost like late August. So I'm making coffee right now, guys. So I got this coffee right now here. It's locally. We're gonna try it out. And of course I have to actually grind it. I grind everything manually. But by the way, I do all my training are resistant training, 4 times a week. I bought your blood pressure ebook. Is there anything I can do to get my blood pressure lower? So did you go through it? Did you have any questions? Are you gonna do some of the blood work just to make sure everything's safe? But to kind of get started, is magnesium and your nitrate supplement are going to be your most essential. And make sure you're getting enough potassium in your diet. Is flush free nice and no good? I think you mentioned that in a previous video. Yes, it's not good. It doesn't really trigger cholesterol, lipids at all. It's more of metabolizing of your fat, carbohydrates, protein. It has nothing to do with your lipids. So it has to be a flush version. Thanks. Could that cause hypoglycemia in some people? Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I was one of them. Like if I actually go low carb for too long and I end up doing resistance training, like you'll actually go into hypoglycemia. Especially sometimes I was adding like a supplement with my diet was D-ribose. I would almost like crash. So I needed like something sweet ASAP. So that's why I started doing the carb load. And I started doing the carb load almost about 7 years ago. So I've been technically almost about carnivorous for about close to about 8.5, 9 years now. Where would I start healing my gut beside foods? I gained so much in my belly. So for healing the gut, other than, let's say, the food, going on a low carbohydrate, taking some digestive enzymes, taking lion's mane, it's a mushroom as well. It does help with the gut healing. Taking some hydrochloric acid to increase the acidity. And of course, your last resort would be to kind of include some probiotics, prebiotics, so they can actually produce postbiotics as well too. And that would be like a good way to start to kind of heal your gut. Now, once you heal your gut, you start to lose weight naturally. The side effect is you start to lose weight naturally, but getting a proper digestive enzyme, so this way you're not feeling bloated, constipated, anything like that in the beginning stages. And after that, you can always add, berberine, so you become insulin sensitive as well too. But of course, everything kind of based on how many meals you eat, how many snacks, what's your meal consist of. There's a lot of work to kind of look into as well. But I'm launching something where, I could probably start making some plans again to give you guys some examples of what to eat. Happy to see you back. I was wondering what happened to you with all the news about fire in Canada. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. There's so much fire. You can't even go outside sometimes. In the area I'm in, we haven't really been affected with much of the fire here, but like it hasn't stopped raining. Like it's been raining 3 days so harsh, and finally it stopped yesterday midday. We had some sun, and today I woke up. I was hoping so I can get started again on my little tiny house, and we get hit with rain again. So here I am inside. I'm making some coffee right now, but it's kind of nuts. IP6. What's IP6? Can you break it down for me? Unless I'm missing something here. There's a lot of information, a lot of stuff out there, and sometimes I can't really remember everything unless I have my computer beside me and I'm constantly kind of looking up some of the info that I actually, because I take notes loss, and I have almost hundreds of files that I write stuff. But definitely, what is IP6? Just so I know what we're talking about here. So sorry guys, I'm just gonna heat up some water so I can do my my coffee, my espresso shot. So this is how I do my espresso shot in this little machine. Put the hot water in here, close it up, and we'll blend it with some MCT as well. Please talk about BPC 157. Not yet. I'm not gonna talk about any peptides just yet till I finish all my testing phase. Are you a doctor? I'm a clinical nutritionist, Aileen. So as a clinical nutritionist, and I'm finishing my pharmacologist right now. So we do deal with a lot of drugs and medications, a lot of blood work as well. So if you have any question, definitely let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. But my specialty has always been on heart disease and diabetes, weight loss as well. Good evening. Where you said I could get self-tonic. Cole, send me a direct message. I know we're having issues with TikTok allowing me to receive direct messages, but send me a message through my community, please. I'll send you the link for the website. I'm getting mine. It's supposed to arrive today, but they sent it to a wrong address. This always happens when you're living off the grid. So now I have to wait till almost like mid next week till I get it. Then I can show it to you guys what it looks like. But I did talk about it yesterday. But send me a message through my community, please, if you don't mind. I'll send you the link where you can order it and stuff. And definitely it is going to help the heart quite a bit. Digestive enzymes and a probiotic you suggested. Yes. Anything I suggest, guys, I put all the links under my favorite supplements. So if you click on my profile bio picture, there's a link. And if you click on that link and you go all the way to the bottom, I have another link that it says my favorite supplements in gear. So all the supplements I mentioned and everything is all listed there. It's not mine. It is from like iHerbs or Amazon. But a lot of these supplements, I've actually checked out their certificate of analysis and made sure they're actually a clean source. So definitely you can go forward to Jen. If you have any questions, you know, again, sign up to my community. Ask me the question there. Be more than happy to help you guys as well. Usman, you're asking me a lot of questions, the same question over and over again. You're not giving other people a chance. If I don't answer your question, you know, send me a direct message. I have fatigue, energy, drop in pain all over my body. We've talked about this before. Plus zinc, magnesium I use. Please, guys, you're supposed to take your magnesium every 3 hours. You don't take it just once. Your B complex twice a day. Your zinc up to 50 milligrams daily. I started niacin. Oops. I lost a message. I started niacin from 100 milligrams. I reached to 500 milligrams. I couldn't find it where I live. Okay, so you're at 500 milligrams heroin, and hopefully you're feeling good, which is excellent. Guys, give me a second. Let me. You're probably gonna end up hearing my blender going off right now for a second, because I have to mix my MCT oil with my coffee, so at least my coffee will taste nice. So I have to do everything manually with this coffee. No power, no electricity. It would be better that way. Less cost. Why pay the freaking government? I can't wait till I hook up my solar soon. So we'll get the solar going and everything. Then don't have to worry about too much power, because I barely use anything here. Most of the stuff is just running off gas power. And I'm getting my wood stove coming in next week, so it'll be very, very exciting to actually get it all set up as well. So give me a second, guys. Just have to blend my coffee very quickly for like 10 seconds. Can I start from 500 milligrams when I get back to it? Yeah, 100% you could. 500 milligrams on an empty stomach, probably prior of you eating, with 1 cup of warm water. You keep taking 500 milligrams every day till you actually stop feeling the flush. When you stop feeling the flush, monitor it for at least 5 days. If you didn't feel no flush for about 5 days, then you get off for about 7 days. Then you start again on another 500 milligrams. Take niacin with warm water. Yes, that would be ideal, and that would be the best thing to do. Jen, for magnesium, it's magnesium ionic chloride. That's the one I have within my link as well too. That's the one that you can actually saturate your cells correctly. So what can people do instead of taking statin drugs? Alicia, I did a ebook on a non-statin therapy to lower your cholesterol and to prevent oxidation. It does consist of, there's niacin, there's red yeast rice. These are your top 2 supplements instead of taking statins and getting major side effects. But definitely, you guys' support, getting my ebooks is what kind of allows me to continue doing this, and I have all the valuable information in there for you. And most of them are only a couple dollars. I stopped feeling the flush on 400 milligrams. Yeah, then cycle it. Cycle off for about 7 days at least before you start taking it again. Cheers. Magnesium chloride every 3 hours. Yes, 200 milligrams, or roughly about 20 drops, 25 drops. How many milligrams of magnesium? Yeah, so the magnesium dropper, I think 10 drops will give you... Why am I guessing here? I have the bottle in front of me. Let me show it to you guys. This is what it looks like. So every 10 drops you get 70 milligrams. I take anywhere between 20 to usually it's about 30 drops, give or take. Roughly, I like to get about 200 milligrams per dose. Your body, in the beginning stages, start with about 20 drops, then work your way up to about 25, 30 drops. So that's roughly equivalent to about 200, 220 milligrams. And you have to take that every 3 hours. And if you're a freaking coffee drinker like me, this is my 4th espresso shot today, because I was stressed a bit. Then you have to take a little bit more magnesium because you end up flushing it out from your system. So, hey Doher, you said drink warm water with niacin. Yes, Wildlife, go for it. Warm water will actually increase the flush effect, by the way. That's why I always drink with warm water. Thoughts on TRT? TRT, Maurice, you're talking about your testosterone therapy? Is that what you're talking about, Nomis? It's not so much that the testosterone therapy that we need. It's more that we need to lower our estrogen levels. A lot of the guys having issues by taking testosterone, they think that's what they need because they get a blood test and they see the testosterone levels are low. It's mostly that your estrogen level is becoming dominant. And the only reason it's becoming dominant because you're eating everything in plastic. You're drinking everything in plastic, and plastic mimics estrogen levels. Jordanian. Hey, good to meet you. Guys, let's tap the screen and get more people coming in. Fenofibrate is not bad. It works okay. It's a little bit better than niacin for less side effects. What happened when the flush stops? Last question, please. Sorry for being annoying. So, when the flush stops, it doesn't mean that niacin is still not working. It is still working. Don't get me wrong, but people like me, we like the flush effect. So that's why we like to cycle it. Right? So as simple as that. It doesn't mean that it's not working. It is working, but there's no more flush. But if you enjoy the flush, then you can cycle on and off. If you don't really care about the flush, then you can take it every single day. At the end of the day, sometimes we like to actually one of the user I've been talking to, he actually talks to one of the doctors that talks highly about niacin, and they said that it's good to actually include vitamin C, a ratio 2:1 as well. With the magnesium spray, the magnesium spray, it depends how much magnesium elemental you're getting. If you're getting at least 60 to 100 milligrams of magnesium elemental, then yeah, it should be sufficient enough. When do I know to lower down on MSG on magnesium chloride? Do you know when to lower it? Jen, I did an ebook on how to saturate with magnesium correctly. Probably would be ideal if you don't mind purchasing it. If you don't mind, it does support me. It's only a few dollars. But the whole idea with magnesium is we're looking to reach 6 milligrams per deciliter. And once you hit 6 milligrams per deciliter, what happens is on the third dose or your fourth dose, it depends when you wake up and how many you take throughout the day, you will actually hit a soft stool effect. So once you start to hit soft stool effect, you back up that one dose. So let's say if you were taking 4 for like 6 months and you end up hitting a soft stool effect on the fourth dose, now you're only taking 3 doses moving forward. And you continue doing that process until you hit another soft stool effect. But if you don't hit soft stool effect, that means your body requires 3 doses a day for maintenance. But on average, a person should never go lower than 500-600 milligrams daily. We actually need, no matter what, we need that much magnesium. We're gonna actually get it in food at all. I do not enjoy the flush. It drives me insane. Come on, wildlife. You know it's awesome, and it makes your body nice and itchy, and the flush is red. You know what? I gotta take mine too. Let's take it right now. Let's take some niacin right now and see if I actually get the flush while I'm talking to you guys. So the one I buy actually in bulk. I don't actually buy it in capsule anymore because I end up using lots of it. So there you go. I'm gonna actually take it with my coffee. It's like very lemony. Tastes good. We'll see if I get a flush effect. I haven't had a flush effect for weeks now. What do you recommend for uric acid? There's cherry tart, there's celery seeds, there's reduction of fructose, very, very important. I know we all love fructose and we all love eating fruits and stuff, but guess what? It does increase uric acid levels. And try doing like a breathing exercise. Breathing exercise is very good to actually increase more flow in the body to lower uric acid. But as well, keep in mind, sometimes we conflict uric acid with oxalates as well too. Vitamin B, such as folate and methyl B12, they actually work in lowering that as well too. God bless you, brother. So glad you are helping people. I wish you were more believers like you. There is a lot of people out there. It's just I think a lot of people sometimes they have to be a little bit thankful and stop worrying about money. It'll come. None of us have to be rich and stuff. As long as you're living happy and you're guiding other people to live happily as well too. That's what's most important. Nothing less, nothing more. How can I get off metoprolol? Okay, so this is very serious, Kathleen. You definitely have to get my ebook on high blood pressure, how to reverse high blood pressure and how to stop the progression, because I have the guide on how to stop these high blood pressure medications. And before you get off of them, because they do cause certain major effects in the arterial system, you have to actually get a specific blood test to check to see how the arterial system is doing and make sure there's no damages. Once you do that and you're 100% sure, then you can actually slowly wean off of it while you're actually saturating correctly with magnesium and your potassium levels. Directions again. Directions for... Be specific, please, because I don't remember sometimes a lot of the stuff I mentioned earlier or I get asked about. Very, very itchy. Take almost an hour for it to go away. Try increasing vitamin C with it, wildlife. Do a ratio 2-to-1. So if you're taking 500 milligrams, take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C and see how that goes. Is niacin, I lost a question. Shoot. Hold on, guys. I'm going back. Is niacin still good to take if you suffer with hemorrhoids? Ooh, that's what happened is you could, but you cannot exceed a specific amount of milligrams. Like you cannot go no higher than 250 milligrams, because once you get that flush effect, it will cause a burning sensation in your bum. So it can actually reactivate certain hemorrhoids and stuff. So it's better to actually repair that while you're taking niacin. Digestive enzymes, hydrochloric acid, apple cider vinegar. There's a lot of other things you can do, and heavily probiotic intakes. You can actually fix that issue. You taking the powder from me? I'm taking a straight powder. I've been testing it with this company. They offered me some powder. I'm like, you know what? I'll test it out, because this much powder, this is almost like a year worth, and it's only like a fraction of the price of you buying, like the 500 milligram capsule. You just have to take it in powder. So I'm testing it out right now. If it does actually work really good and it has good quality, and I went already through the certificate of analysis, it's very clean, then I'll send you guys the link. Then it's better for you guys to buy it in bulk. Like imagine this much is for the whole year, instead of buying like, this could cost you probably like $20 or $25, I think, for the whole year, possibly, while you're buying, almost one bottle that lasts you a month for like $9, for example, right? So this would be better. I love the flush. Actually, when it doesn't happen, I feel like it's not working. Thanks, bro. You're the best. Cheers. Yeah. When some of us love it, and some of us like wildlife. They hate it. I don't know. I love it at a certain point. I know I hate taking it at night because I could never sleep, but some people love it. I like to take it, around this time, in the evening mostly. And I've probably been taking, I took it almost like 10 minutes maybe ago. I haven't got no flush or nothing. So, kind of sucks. Because, sometimes you look forward for that flush effect. Guys, let's tap the screen so we can get more people coming in as well, too, please. Niacin flush. Yeah, so the niacin flush, you take it, best to take it before dinner time, probably 15-20 minutes before, with 1 cup of warm water for it to activate it correctly. If you guys are just starting out with niacin, I did a niacin therapy ebook, but it is ideal to kind of start with 100 milligrams and work your way up, just so you can get your body adapted to it slowly. But keep in mind, if you do wildlife, thanks so much for the weights, and thanks so much, guys, for tapping the screen. And if you have the MTHFR mutation, and you are going to be taking your vitamin B12 and folate, or methylcobalamin and methylfolate, make sure they are about 4 hours apart, because niacin will prevent the methylation from being activated. So make sure you do that as well. And if niacin is not for you, because it could cause sometimes increase of uric acid in certain people if they have like gout as well. They get like a gout attack from niacin, and that's why it would be ideal to kind of go for red yeast rice instead. What does niacin help with? So niacin has probably up to date about a 70-year history. So when we're looking at statins, because statins technically they're supposed to lower your cholesterol, but there's multiple side effects from it, specifically muscle death, brain shrinkage, anemia, not sleeping correctly. There's so many different side effects that comes with the statins, and the percentage that get these side effects is roughly in the upper 30 percentile. So if you don't really like taking statins and you want an alternative, by the way, Jen, what statin does is just lowers your your LDL by about 25%. It lowers your triglyceride probably by about 2 or 3%, and that's it. On the other hand, niacin, it lowers your LDL by about 30%, your triglyceride by about 36%. It increases your HDL by about 20 to 25%. And what it does, it prevents your lipids from oxidizing. And there's a genetic called lipoprotein small a. It actually is the only proven vitamin up to date that it lowers your lipo small a. And nothing out there that does that. Now, statins, on the other hand, when a doctor puts you on statins, that's why they tell you once you go on them, you go on them for life. Because as one of the major side effects, hey Duke, it actually increases your lipo a. So this is very, very important. So that's why I talk very highly about niacin. I've been using it myself for about 8 years now. On and off all the time, because it is good to cycle just so you can keep getting that flush. But if you don't really care about that flush, you can take it every day. Now, a lot of the cardiologists are against niacin because once you ask them about niacin, they said, oh, it has a major side effect. Well, if you ask them what is the major side effect, oh, it causes a flush. Well, that's normal. It's harmless. Some people say there is other side effect from niacin, which is it makes you diabetes, which is 100% incorrect. The only time it will actually increase your HbA1c levels, only if you're taking 9,000 milligrams daily. So see that 1/4 teaspoon that I just took? That means taking 11 of these a day. And who does that? I did that. I did that because I like to test certain things and I like to actually do mega dosing. So after taking 11 of these a day, for almost 6 months straight, my HbA1c level only went up by 1%, which is nothing. And the moment you stop, it goes back down. The unfortunate thing is with statin, if you don't stop, you end up getting more and other side effects. So that's why niacin is very popular. I saw the video, but do you have a plan ebook on quitting alcohol? On quitting alcohol, I can make one for you. Send me a message. I can create one for you, no problem. On quitting alcohol. I don't know if I did one. I can't remember. If you guys have any specific requests, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put a link. If you guys have specific requests on a specific ebook, because I like to sit down and write ebooks, because a lot of the ebooks I write has been like years of research that I put together, and I've done a lot of blood testing behind it. Like, for example, right now I'm working on peptides, and I don't like to talk about peptides yet till I get a full blood work and everything, so I can share with you guys how it works, how well it works, how much you need to take, so on and so forth. So, but if you guys put in requests for specific ebooks, more than happy to make them for you. And I'm not gonna charge, the high price for it. What I'll do is, because you've seen a lot of my ebooks, they sell for like $3 or $4. I think the most expensive one was my high blood pressure, because that one took me almost about a few years to develop it and actually get everything properly correct from it, because there's a lot of intensive blood work in that one. That's the only one, and I think I'm selling that one for like $11. But other than that, it'll be like a few dollars for real. And I might just throw it in for free like I did with the calisthenic. Like I have the 28-day calisthenic workout, 28-day challenge. I know there's companies that actually on TikTok are charging like $30 and $40. I'm giving it to you guys for free. So go ahead and download it and take advantage of it. What genetic DNA nutritional testing do you recommend? There is a test that you can get it through Genova Laboratory, but it all depends on the location you're at, whether you can get it done or not. I'll have to get you the exact name to see if they can actually get it done locally, and you might have to ship it to them. I think probably the best thing would be, Cal, is I know you might not be able to send me a direct message because TikTok has a stop on that on my account because I was getting like hundreds of messages daily, giving away a lot of free information. I have a link that you can sign up to my community. It is free, and ask me the question there, and I can give you the names to kind of better assist you guys. What causes fat stored around belly? Insulin resistance. How do you reverse it? No, insulin resistance is all in regards to the food you eat, the food you consume. You know, we could actually break it down into so many different categories, right? But the most essential and the most initial startup, you know, other than, of course, calorie cut down or intermittent fasting, so on and so forth, is shifting all your carbohydrates, like simple carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, to last meal of the day. Anything with seed oils specifically, you know, either eliminate it from your diet or switch it to last meal of the day. So technically, if you're a type person that actually eats, let's say 3 meals a day. So let's say your breakfast consists of, like, say, eggs and bacon and avocado, for example. Lunch could be like a steak with maybe a handful of fermented olives and maybe like a couple ounces of cheese. That's it. So if you notice, first meal, second meal, no carbohydrates at all. Third meal, now you can have maybe 1 cup of rice with, let's say, 6 ounces of wild salmon and maybe like an apple or either 1 banana. That's it. So all we did is we shift all the simple carbohydrates to last meal of the day. So when we get a spike insulin at night, your body will tend to utilize it a lot more effective than during the daytime. Why? Because when you fall asleep, your body goes into a repair mechanism. And what better way to actually have insulin to actually assist with the repairing of the cells, with the damaged muscles, so on and so forth. If you use it during the daytime and you don't utilize it properly, your triglyceride goes up. And when your triglyceride goes up, then you throw off the balance of your HDL and triglycerides, so you become insulin resistant and you start to gain weight. Keep in mind, in the presence of insulin, you stop the fat loss for up to 72 hours. I'm 35, my cholesterol is 6.3, weight 82, height 5'9", and advice. Cholesterol number 6.3 is irrelevant. That gives me no information at all. What I need to see, to be a little bit more specific, would be more of your HDL, your triglyceride levels. So this way we can tell whether you actually fall into an oxidization process or not. And there is certain inflammatory factors such as hsCRP, homocysteine, fibrinogen, HbA1c, GFR, free T3. So these are like valuable testing to see if your lipids are actually being oxidized, because 6.3 means nothing. Duke is going crazy. Every time a deer goes by, or coyotes, or we have people actually just walking down their dogs, he goes nuts. Michael, thanks so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for the comments. Hey, Vesa, how are you? Hey, Duke, it's okay. It's hard for me to find good magnesium bisglycinate. What would be the next best option? Magnesium ionic chloride. If you have access to iHerb, that's where I have the link on iHerb. I'm sure they can ship to your location. Check it out. He's trying to tell you something. Yeah, there's actually a couple people down at the end of the road. That's one of my other neighbor. They live about probably half a kilometer away from me. The guy is a logger, and he goes out to the forest and they do logging, and he found 2 big dogs. They were super skinny, poor guys. I think they could have been lost, so he put them in a truck and brought them over like 3 days ago. And I went and saw them. Really nice dogs, big dogs. They're like probably close to about 200 pounds, and they're super skinny. So he got them checked at the vet and everything. Now he's actually taking them all around for a walk. But Duke hates them for some reason. He doesn't like them at all or nothing. He goes crazy. Hi, I love your videos. Thanks for the good information. Hey, thanks so much for the support, guys. Really appreciate it. Let's get a couple likes here, guys, so we can get more people coming in. He's a good guard dog. 100%. He's crazy. Like, he'll be... The thing is, you know, he'll be sleeping. Like, we'll be sleeping 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly 3 o'clock in the morning, he just wakes up and, you know, something is walking outside. His senses are like amazing. Duke! Duke! It's okay. Come on. Right here. Hurry up. Hurry up. There he comes. Oh, then he goes back again. Crazy kid. Yeah, any small movements, he just goes nuts. And he's pretty loud. You know, first when I had him as a little pup, when I got him, you know, when he used to bark, he would actually laugh. It was like very cute and everything. Now his bark is so freaking loud. It's hard for me to focus. Must be a German Shepherd. Let me show you guys. He is a German Shepherd, and he's freaking. He got him pretty big. He's heading out 105, 110 pounds. Duke, come here. Where are you? What are you doing? Leave the people alone. Yeah, so this is my view, guys. It's been raining. It's crazy. I haven't been able to do much. Yeah, Cal. Yeah, they are very protective and very loyal. Like it's pretty amazing the stuff he does. Duke, what's going on? What are you doing? He's a big boy. Duke, hey, say hi. What? What are you doing? Yeah, let's stay here. Stay here. Oh, you're sleepy. Why don't you take your nap? What state are you located in? I'm not in. I'm in Canada, so I'm in British Columbia, Mina. Your links, are they in TikTok for your community? Yes, it is. So if you click on my picture, and you know when you go on like my main page, under my picture, there's a link. If you click on that link, you can see all my links there, you know, from the ebook PDF to my community, whether booking an appointment or whatever it is. But if you connect to my community there and sign up, it is free to sign up. There is a paid version as well too, but you can definitely sign up for free and ask me any questions. You guys would be great. Your links are the handsome boy. Want to move to California? if there's a nice little land and off the grid, 100% I would. What do you think about nitric oxide in CVS? CVS. What do you mean by CVS? I take nitric oxide, and I'm a huge fan of nitric oxide. But what do you mean about CVS? Am I missing something, or my mind is not working today? Break it down for me, guys, please. Do you have to get vaxxed? No, I did not get vaxxed. Okay, so this is what happened, guys. I used to practice locally, but when COVID hit, that's when I kind of start coming on TikTok a lot more and actually doing my social media, because they wanted to force everyone to get vaccinated and to keep your job and to keep, you know, your clinic or whatever it is. So I left everything during COVID because I didn't really want to get vaccinated. So I never got vaccinated. I don't believe in it. I've done a lot of research on that, a lot of that stuff, and it's pretty dangerous for you. And once your fibrinogen levels goes up, which is your clotting phase, it's a protein, it becomes very tough to clear it off your body. Very tough, and it's unfortunate. Jesus, thanks so much for the flowers. Thank you. You eat Nutella, almond milk? No, none of that stuff. Sorry. Almond, any of that stuff is not good for you. It's packed with anti-nutrients and oxalates. So you have to kind of be careful a bit. Same here, no jab. Yeah, me either. Perfect. Yeah, you guys should never touch that stuff. And even if they force you, and I know they're trying to come up with another option right now from now till 2028 to actually reforce people, or possibly that's why there's a lot of fires going on as well too. So this way they can actually shut down your cause more mucus into your lungs. So you guys have to be careful. Always make sure you have NAC and take roughly about 2,400 milligrams daily to clear the mucus. And or when you get digestive enzymes. So this is the digestive enzymes that I take. I have too many supplements, damn. So this is the digestive enzymes that I take. It's digestive gold, but I take them on an empty stomach. And by taking them on an empty stomach, it actually works by breaking down any excess protein. So it's similar like you fast as well. Is well done meat better than currently healing acid reflux with enzymes and gut armor? Is well done meat. You don't want to overcook the meat, because you want to try to kind of maintain as much enzymes in it as possible, so that actually it breaks down in your gut a lot better. But if you are gonna make it well done, then definitely taking digestive enzymes like the one I showed you would be ideal, and taking gut armor during your intake of food. Duke, relax, please. I'm losing concentration here. Oops, I'm missing a lot of questions here. Digestive enzymes, and what did you say to clear mucus? Intermittent fasting works really good. NAC, N-acetyl-L-cysteine. I don't think I have any right now. I'm out. But that would be ideal for you guys to have. I don't think actually, I take some N-acetylcysteine, and if I can't find it here, I end up taking direct glutathione, because NAC transfers to glutathione as well too. Let me see if I have any. So I take this as well too, glutathione. It's liposomal. That's why they come in a small pouch. Is there a way of clearing the wax out of your body? It's tough. It's not so much that clearing the wax, it's the clotting that occurs that it might be tough to actually clear out from your system. Now you can get a blood test to make sure your fibrinogen levels are low, that would be a good start. Other than that, based on that, then we might have to actually adjust your lifestyle intake. Give me a second, guys. Duke, enough. There's nobody there. Stop. Okay, that's it. You're staying outside. Enough, please. Is it okay to take serapeptase every day? Yeah, 100%. It's just... Hold on. Duke, stop. There's nothing here. They left. Relax. For the serapeptase, it's a yes and no whether it works good or not. I don't know how much you're taking, but even when I took 100,000, I can't remember what was the dose. It was 100,000. I took about 10 capsules a day. I finished a whole year's supplies within about 3 months. Didn't really feel anything from it. The only way it would work really good if you take it with nerokinase. Let him do his barking. He'll keep going for a good 10 minutes. I shouldn't really shut him up then. I'll let him keep doing it. Just sometimes one of our other neighbors, they have kids, and sometimes they don't like when he barks too much. But it is what it is. Cayenne pepper are good for arteries. Yes, make sure you're taking at least 450 milligrams daily. My daughter got the jab and didn't tell me because she knew I wouldn't like it. I pray she will be okay. Just make sure she's good, and her fibrinogen is the type of blood test that you check. Make sure it's not going up too high, because that's your clotting protein. How do you feel about NMN? I actually take NR instead of NMN. So your nicotinamide version of NMN works pretty good. It's not as bioavailable. So that's why You know, they always tell you it is best to actually take it as liposomal or sometimes mixed with, let's say, resveratrol. But I actually take NR, which is nicotinamide riboside. That's more effective, more bioavailable, and actually it boosts up your NAD levels within about roughly 5 days to about 7 days, which is really good. And you don't need a whole lot, roughly about probably 8,000 milligrams, but I take it twice a day due to my previous condition, trying to actually do some heavy testing. Now, I like riboside because it does power your mitochondria at the same time. Take your dog in. Yeah, he's not gonna, if he doesn't, just give me a second, guys, because he's not. Dude, come here. Come here. Come here. Now, 1. I'm gonna count to 3, you better come here. 1, 2. Hurry up before I say 3. Right here. Duke. That's it, okay. You're not getting this anymore. That's it. You're staying outside, you're gonna get wet. Inside, hurry up before you get wet. I have FH. Will niacin and reduce rice lower LDL? It does. And it prevents oxidization as well too. Do I take together at the same time each day? It's best to take your reduced rice with last meal of the day and take niacin before you start eating your last meal. Would be ideal. Hey Jax, how are ya? Oh man, he goes again. Duke, one more time. That's it. Cody, send me a direct message if you could through my community. I'll actually give you some information in regards to cortisol levels and your blood levels as well too. But I definitely need to see your intake of food because that actually plays a huge role. You know, when you take your specific carbohydrates or fast, because they play a huge role on how to actually activate your adrenal levels or not, causing, you know, the cortisol sometimes to crash. Give me a second, guys. What are you barking at? That's it. Duke. Is taurine and L-theanine good for high cholesterol and liver health? Taurine is actually, it prevents cholesterol from oxidizing, but at the same time, it does detoxifies your body. And it's really important to actually detoxify your liver at phase 1 and phase 2, because that's taurine, what it does its job. And the nice thing about taurine is really good for your vision, for your brain, and your heart, because you have the most taurine in these 3 parts of the body. But you have to take 3,000 milligrams 3 times a day. Now, L-theanine is not so much with high cholesterol. L-theanine is mostly for mood enhancement, for cognition. If your brain runs at 100 miles an hour, we call it like monkey brain. That's where L-theanine comes in and it works for that. Helps your body relax. It doesn't mean it lowers cholesterol. It has nothing to do with cholesterol. It's mostly to help your body and your mind to relax a bit. Hey guys, give me a couple more minutes. I'm just gonna grab Duke and put him inside because he's going crazy outside. Just give me a second, guys. Duke! Come. Hurry up. Here with me. 1, 2. Duke. Here now. With me. No, not sit there. Right here. In front of me. Doesn't want to come. He knows he wants to go in the kennel. Here comes. He comes. Here. He's coming. He's coming. Come on. Come on inside, Duke. So you don't get wet. I hope I'm not bothering you. You're not bothering me at all. Hello. Let's see. What else we got here? Sorry, guys. I got distracted with Duke. And what do you think of Asiac tea? I have not tried that. Isn't that something to do with... I think they came up with it a couple years ago for cancer and stuff, but I have to look into it. I can't remember 100%. If ferritin is very low, but hemoglobin levels are within range, are you anemic? Possibility. It's not so much that. It's something off in your blood. Like, blood work, we can't really just rely on blood work all the time because it fluctuates so much. Like, for you to actually get a proper blood work, I highly recommend kind of doing 3 consecutive blood works to actually make sure we get an accurate reading, because your blood changes so much every 3 days to make sure we are on the right track. But Mina, send me a message if you don't mind through my community. I just need to know a little bit more about what's going on. I hate sometimes giving just what if or certain answers just like that without kind of knowing the exact issue, because I know for a fact there's a lot of users out there. Sometimes if I tell them to do one thing, they'll go ahead and get it done, and sometimes they can get maybe in more pain or more issues or more inflammation, just because I need to know a little bit more about the history a bit more. Can we see Duke? Yeah, he came back. And no, he's barking again. There he is. He's just sitting outside. He doesn't want to come in. He knows if he comes in, I'm going to put him in the kennel for a bit to relax. Usually he sleeps around this time for about 2 hours. Hello from Canada as well. Dante, where are you at in Canada? Are your eyes green? Yes. I suffer from strictly sticky stools. Can liver concentrate or blood concentrate help to digest fats better? So when you have a sticky stool, that means either your liver is not making enough bile, and or possibly your gallbladder is not producing proper bile, because you could have, let's say, bile stones. And usually this happens, lack of eating cholesterol, that this happens. So there's 2 options you can do. You can definitely take digestive enzymes, high in lipase, so they break down the fats better in your system, and they will allow to re-stimulate your gallbladder. But another option you can do is start introducing olive oil and lemon in your diet, lots of it, because they're the only 2 ingredients that will actually stimulate your gallbladder. And once you get stimulated, then you can actually prevent the stickiness again. There he goes again. And he keeps coming back. Yeah, NAC, the best way to do it is take NAC, at least 2,400 milligrams daily. Jesus, thanks for the rose. 2,400 milligrams daily, that would actually help with the throat mucus. You actually have to gargoyle as well with apple cider vinegar, at least 2-3 times a day with Celtic salt. You have to do that daily. But usually within about 2-3 days, it should go away, as long as you're taking NAC, because NAC plays a huge role in this. Cody, I booked an appointment. Probably that's why I got an email came in. June 16th. When June 16th? That's today. Awesome. Well, we'll chat then. I will send you a message to set up a consult. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, let's do that. Or, send me a message. We can communicate. Would be great. So I can help you a little bit better. Are the vitamins... Are the vitamins the real thing? Like the vitamins are... Let's go outside a bit. Stop raining a little bit. It's beautiful. The vitamins are gonna fulfill any missing gaps, but we have to make sure, we're getting like good quality vitamins. So that's why the vitamin list that I actually even thought I buy them from iHerb, and all of you guys can buy them. The one I actually have them listed are the ones that I end up reviewing their certificate of analysis. So when you review certificate of analysis, where the vitamin originate, how it's made, if there's any heavy toxic metals in it, and other things as well too. If you see a vitamin you're not sure of and you really want to get it, whether it's local or not, try to actually ask the company for the certificate of analysis. If they do not give you the certificate of analysis, that means the company is hiding something. So no matter how good of a quality they are, no matter how highly people talk about them, if they don't show you certificate of analysis, then discard that company and never deal with them again. Yeah, I gotta get going. Have a blessed day, and I hope to chat with you soon. Yes, we will, Jesus. Cheers and enjoy your evening. Love you, Duke. How do you feel about coconut oil? I just did a video on coconut oil for you guys. Did you guys see it? So coconut oil, there's nothing wrong with it. Coconut oil is excellent. The only thing is you have to keep in mind, a lot of nutritionists, doctors, cardiologists will always say, hey, stop eating coconut oil because it is raising your cholesterol. Correct. It does raise your cholesterol, but it does not mean it's bad. But if you are one of these persons who tend to worry that, hey, I have high cholesterol, why is this happening? Usually it does happen from coconut oil or certain other fats. But the reason is because when you look at coconut oil, there's long chain fatty acid and there's short chain fatty acid. So the short chain fatty acid or medium chain fatty acids, such as MCT, which is caprylic acid 8 or caprylic acid 10, your body will utilize instantly as energy molecules. So it powers up your brain, enhances your cognition, your mood, and it's really good for your body. And that's how it actually activates your ketones. But if you take coconut, because it has mostly 44% lauric acid, which is C12, and has C14, C16, and C18. These are long-chain fatty acids. So long-chain fatty acid, they take a very long time by the liver to process them. And because it takes a very long time to process them, guess what happens? Your LDL levels goes up. So if you really love coconut oil, but you don't want your LDL to go up, then if you do want to use it for cooking or to put on salad, buy strictly MCT. Buy MCT. So the MCT, you're going to get C8 and C10. As long as it does not have C12 all the way to C18, you're fine. You never have to worry. So even if you drink a whole cup a day, your cholesterol will never go up. And I hope that answers your question, Jeanette. I know sometimes I like to go into details. What milligrams of digestive enzymes? It's not so much the milligrams, it's how many capsules. So based on the meal you eat, if you're having like about a pound, you gotta take at least like 3 capsules a day. 3 capsules per meal, sorry. He's seeing something back there. Yeah, it's yesterday he was barking at one section and I couldn't see nothing. So I'm like, what the hell is he barking at? And he was going like crazy. Finally, I looked and you can actually see it far in the shadow inside the trees. Is a coyote standing there. I'm like, I don't know how the hell he sees him. But now obviously he sees something. That same spot he's barking at right now, there is a baby deer that comes to the land and they actually like to eat like oregano and a whole bunch of grass in the bottom there. And he comes from that one section. So he's been coming here every day for the past 6 days. And Duke does not shut up. He just goes crazy at him. He just keeps barking, so he goes away. And the deer never really listens. He just sits there and eats. Especially like 5 o'clock in the morning. The downfall about it is, like, I don't mind. I'm up at 4 o'clock every morning, and I let him out, and we go for a little walk so he can poop and all that stuff. But neighbors, we have neighbors on the right side, neighbors on the left side. They are retired, and of course, they're not gonna wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning like me. That is amazing info about MCT, because I was worried about the fat content of coconut oil. Yeah, so it is better, guys. Like, seriously, I do the same thing. Like, I'm not worried too much about cholesterol because I can have it under control and all that. But so when we look at MCT, so this is your pure MCT, and as you can see, C8. So this is pure C8. So even if I finish this in like 2 weeks sometimes, that's crazy. It's about a liter. I finish this in about a week. Now this up here, this your genetic coconut oil. This would actually cause increase of cholesterol if you end up consuming lots of it. If you're kind of worried about cholesterol, this will increase it because it does have C12 to C18, and C12 is like 44%. Well, this is a processed C8, so it does not raise your cholesterol at all. So you want to use it for cooking. It has a much higher cooking point, so on and so forth. Now, there's another brand out there, something like this. It's liquid coconut. Don't fall for this. They claim, these guys, that this is C8 and C10. But after I checked their certificate of analysis, because they keep it stays liquid in the room temperature instead of actually hardening like this one. When I got the certificate of analysis of this product, of this brand, it was actually C8, C10, C12, and C16. So since it has C12 and C16, obviously it's going to raise your cholesterol levels. So always look for MCT oil. Even thought it is meant to actually be made as a shake or with your coffee and all that stuff, but you can definitely cook with it. It's tasteless. And at the same time, it's just not gonna cause any inflammation in your liver. If anything, it is really good. Just don't overuse it too much, because keep in mind, there is antibacterial. So anything with antibacterial, sometimes it might give you like a slight stomach upset, and or sometimes might make you go to the washroom because it does cause soft stool. But once you get used to it, that's why it's always good to start with 1/4 teaspoon and work your way up. I can take up to like 2 tablespoons with no issues. But I've been using it for a long time. Probiotics, good. Bifidobacterium or Lactobacillus. Probiotics. Probiotics are, of course, they are good, but I would never buy anything from the store. I'd rather make my own. Yeah, you can cook with MCT. You can make your own, kefir or anything like that fermented, because when you buy it from the store, most of the bacteria is already dead. What do you suggest for body fatigue? How to increase immunity? Start taking D-ribose. D-ribose would be your ultimate sugar molecule. It does not spike your insulin. Instead, all it does is just powers up your mitochondria. And once you power up your mitochondria, if you have any type of fatigue, that fatigue is gone. Now, the other issue is with being fatigued, most of the time it's due to your potassium levels could be still low. And when your potassium levels are low, some people might get like a bit sluggish and a little bit fatigued, don't feel like doing much. What is the perfect diet? It's hard to say for everyone. Everyone is different. I eat pure carnivore myself. I can't really tell you if that's perfect or not. It is perfect for me, as long as you're kind of fulfilling any missing gaps of nutrients that you're missing. Same thing with, whether you're enjoying eating vegan, ketogenic, so on and so forth. You just have to make sure, anything that is missing, you just kind of compensate it with some vitamins and minerals. Are these recorded so we can watch them later? Yes, 100% they are recorded. I have 3 videos. This is my 3rd video. I'm going to upload them to YouTube So you guys can definitely watch the whole video. And the unfortunate thing is, too bad TikTok doesn't do that. So when I download the video, it just doesn't show the questions. So I'm constantly trying to record the questions and kind of, attach both videos together. But I'm running out of storage, so I'm just gonna download the video from TikTok and just upload it for you guys can watch it later. And you can kind of listen, to the Q&A that I'm going through right now. Hi Asma, I'm from UK. Past few days, body pain isn't going away. What could be the issue? Body pain is hard, so there is inflammation happening. And inflammation could be, arthritis, could be kidneys, could be something is off in the body that is leaking possibly from your gut that is causing the pain. So it could be many things or multiple things. We just have to break it down. But any pain, like if you feel that your pain is sore, like your body's sore when you touch it, then that means it's internal inflammation coming from the gut. If it's like a joint or anything like that, could be arthritis or could be certain foods you're eating that is causing that. So anything falls into a nightshade family, you have to discontinue. Anything that's high oxalates, you have to discontinue. You almost have to start to eliminate certain things to kind of pinpoint the issue. What if one chronic joint pain but C-reactive protein level is normal? So the C-reactive protein doesn't really necessarily goes after, joint pain and stuff. Even Tarsin inflammation, the C-reactive protein or HSCRP was mostly meant to actually review and check more of the arterial inflammation more than just overall body inflammation. The overall body inflammation would be such as ESR levels. But when you have a joint pain, sometimes it does not come up because it depends how new or how old the joint pain is, and it depends what's actually causing that inflammation. Could be, most of the time it is arthritis. It could be from certain foods you're eating, but it's not going to change the value of your ESR, for example, or HSCRP. I have given him Celtic sea salt that helped. What would that mean? Celtic sea salt has all the minerals that your body requires. Technically, you're supposed to actually have 1/4 teaspoon every single day, no matter what. That's how you actually refuel all your missing minerals. So you can actually take trace minerals like this. You get 72 trace minerals, or you can take Celtic sea salt as well. Celtic sea salt is going to give you a little bit more minerals than the trace minerals, because this one has about 3 different magnesiums: chloride, sulfate, and what's the other one? I forgot the last one. So, this is like roughly about 1/4 teaspoon. You're supposed to have that once a day. I don't have that once a day. I have like 3 or 4 once a day. 3 or 4 of these a day. The only reason I take that much is just because the amount of coffee I drink. Keep in mind, we actually flush so much minerals, specifically magnesium, when you drink a lot of stimulation drinks. So this is very, very important. What kind of magnesium for type 2 diabetes? Magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride, 300 milligrams every 4 hours for diabetes. This is it. This is the one I use. What about bee milk? You're talking about honey, right? Raw honey, unpasteurized. It's really good for you. The only downfall is the amount of sugars in it. Sometimes it competes. Unless you're talking about the queen bee mix. What's that stuff called? That white stuff. I can't get it here. It's too expensive. They won't give it to me. Can't remember the name. That would be like your ultimate vitamin. If I can get my hands on that, I would love it. What is it called? I can't remember the exact name. Damn. because the only ones I have here is just, I have raw honey, and the only other thing that I end up taking is is this stuff here, which is the bee pollen. And the bee pollens are really good because they are the main road for digestive enzymes. They carry almost 24,000 different proper digestive enzymes for our system. Really powerful. This will be on YouTube. Yes, Delta, I will upload it on YouTube, and you can actually, because I'll upload all the whole video. Actually, I'm gonna upload, and there's like a couple other videos I did yesterday, so you guys can actually go over them. If you have high blood pressure, can you still take the Celtic salt? Yes, 100% you could. 100%. And it is going to actually fix your, it's going to help with the high blood pressure. What you have to kind of stay away from is the table salt. Be careful of. Bee propolis. Yes. Can you help chronic disease stage 5? Yeah, intermittent fasting. That's the only way. There is actually a Japanese company that came up with the 3 herbs. Oh man, I can't remember the name. I don't know them much, but they actually specialize only with kidney disease, and they can actually reverse from, let's say, stage 5 to stage 4 takes about 6 months to 8 months, and from stage 4 to stage 3 can take about a year. But it is a long process. Now I'm working with one user who's doing intermittent fasting, but he's doing an 11-day intermittent fasting. So actually it's a prolonged fasting of 11 days, just by drinking trace minerals, and that's it. So far, we've went one stage up, which is really good. But it is a long process. It doesn't happen right away. And your diet plays a huge role in this. Anything with oxalates, you have to actually remove. Anything that has uric acid, you have to remove from the diet. No fructose, none of that stuff. It's almost like a very, very low carb lifestyle. "24-hour diarrhea? Any natural way to manage the conditions?" It depends what you've been eating that causes diarrhea. Diarrhea could only happen from a few things. Either lack of minerals, either a parasite, either something off in your digestive tract. So it could be many, many things and many issues. We have to actually break it down a little bit more specific. But to get started, I would actually maybe drink like a tablespoon of MCT oil, antibacterial. If there's anything in there, it's going to end up destroying it and flushing it out completely. Once you do that, then start to introduce magnesium chloride, so you can actually get more water to your intestines. So if there's a parasite in there, it would actually get flushed out. What are the trace minerals and how can I get my hands on them? Trace minerals are actually they're made from sea. These are like Utah, Salt Lake City. This is a company. They're concentrate trace minerals. I'll have the link within my profile bio as well too. So technically you're supposed to take 10, 20, 30 drops per 1 cup. You don't need that much. After I did so much testing on them, a bottle like this could actually probably last you almost 6 months to a year, because they are very expensive. But you don't need that much. Like every cup of water, maybe one drop, maybe maximum 2 drops to get the trace minerals that your body needs. This one has 72 trace minerals in it, and that's all you need. So why do people get sick? The only reason we all get sick, once we start to kind of become deficient in trace minerals. As simple as that. That's why this and Celtic sea salt are your most valuable 2 items, part of your, let's say, vitamin supplements. Whether you're drinking coffee, you're eating junk, you're doing any type of processed food, these should always be available to actually replenish any of the lost minerals. Extreme tiredness all day. Check your potassium level, could be the issue. Start adding pomegranate to your diet. That would be ideal. And maybe get D-ribose. D-ribose is going to be your ultimate vitamin to actually boost up your mitochondria level. Very good. Trace Minerals, I checked your profile now. That when you click on my profile and you go all the way to the bottom where it says supplements and gadgets or something like that, I should have Trace Minerals there. If it's not, let me check. Since I have my computer here with me, I know I don't have much time left. There's probably like 2%, I think, before my phone dies. But I'm just gonna check right now, Jax. Just give me this sec. Maybe I don't have it added for some reason. But I'm just checking right now. So if I go to my profile and I go down to my favorite supplement and gear, and yeah, it's not even there. Magnesium. Yeah, I don't see the trace minerals there. Hold on. I'm gonna add it for you guys. Just so you can get an idea which one it is. Just give me a second here. I'm just gonna go and add it right now. Oh, you see it? How come I can't see it? I'm going blind. I'm going maybe too quick here. L-theanine, acetal, red yeast. Oh, trace mineral drops. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, it is there actually. What has the dog seen now? It's like what he hasn't seen yet. Could you talk about or do a video about hydrogen peroxide, please? Yes, I've been getting so many requests about it. Okay, I'll do one. Can you send me a message, Delta, and let me know? It's just, I got a lot of requests and sometimes I forget about them. But if you could, would be great. I'll do a video on it. I don't really drink the hydrogen peroxide. There's a reason for that. I tried it. The only reason is when you actually put it in your mouth, for me, for like anyone with heart issues, you have to be careful in a way, not a whole lot, but what happened is there is a specific bacteria in our mouth that actually produces nitric oxide. When you actually take in hydrogen peroxide, for some reason it kills that bacteria. And if it kills that bacteria, that means you shut down your body for almost a 4-hour period by not making nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is very important to vasodilate your arterial system and to prevent any clotting or anything like that. So that's where the issue I kind of run into with the hydrogen peroxide. I'm still doing a little bit more testing. I'm trying to find a clinic that when I take hydrogen peroxide, I want to make sure they can be able to test your mouth bacteria to see how much of the bacteria dies. Because I know it kills bad bacteria and good bacteria, but that good bacteria creates nitric oxide. And that's the only downfall about it, that I don't end up taking it every single time. And if I end up taking it, I wait roughly about 30 minutes and I take nitrate supplement to rejuvenate and re-increase my nitric oxide levels. What's my dog doing now? Well, after he's been barking and everything, he's just sitting there. Anything that moves. If there was a freaking butterfly, a bug, freaking anything that moves, he won't stay quiet about it. Duke, take a break. Especially for some reason when it rains, he does that. He just goes nuts. When there's no rain, you won't hear him till at night, in the evening. You are so kind, informative, and kind. Thank you. I plan on ongoing on my 72-hour intermittent fasting and want to order these trace minerals. Any other suggestion other than trace minerals and magnesium? That's it. I would not recommend nothing else. Make sure you're not drinking any coffee or anything like that. Just strictly just your water, but don't over drink water by itself. Make sure every time you are drinking water, you have trace minerals in it. Also, can you get the nitric oxide strips? Yeah, 100%. I have the link. Once you go on my profile and you click on, because it is mostly for my patients, because that link there is actually, it is a practitioner link, so I have it posted for you guys. So when you go in there, you can actually order the nitric oxide strips and the nitrate supplement. He needs exercise. He does. Usually we did one in the morning. We usually do about an hour and a half in exercise. Around when I'm done work around 10:30, then we do another one at 3:30 And right now it is, what time is it? It's 3 o'clock. So we have about 30 minutes. Usually I'll take him down. We'll walk a bit. He'll do some digging. After doing some digging, then we do some sniffing work. Then after that, like, I'm trying to actually get him some games, but I haven't been able to find much. And after that, he wants to kind of get off the leash, and I can't trust him anymore because he was really good. He would stay beside me with no leash. But last week, when I lost him for almost an hour in the Crown Land, I was so freaking stressed. I had no leash on him. We were playing and everything, and there was like something jumped in the bushes, and he goes after it, and he wouldn't come back. I called him, nothing, and I ran like a maniac for almost like an hour looking for him, and he wouldn't come back, and he wouldn't listen, and I couldn't find him anymore. And I kind of got worried that, either he's gonna go down to the closest highway, or maybe go up too high up in the Crown Land, that he might run into like coyotes or other things. So now it's been like almost